I think in football these days, it's either we have short memory, a lot of people have short memory, or because we live in a time where people just like to live in the moment. You know, for this Ballon d'Or talk, I know there are three players wey dey hot right now. Three players wey dey hot. You have Yamal, which personally I think say it's okay for your career as a player to be in the Ballon d'Or conversation. Just like we had Osimhen at that time, we had Ademola Lookman at that time. It's okay to be. It's good for your career. Say they rate you top 10, they rate you top 5. But talking about winning the Ballon d'Or for Yamal, I think it's which word I wan use. I think say we dey joke. The second person on that list is Dembele. Now these are my opinions, which of course I can be right, you can be wrong, you can be wrong, I can be right. Dembele started performing. We started talking about PSG after the group stage of the Champions League. In short, they nearly did not even. I think they played playoffs now.
Yeah, they played playoff.
They nearly did not even.
Make
So they are left at that time. We'll be talking about Ballon d'Or or whatever. So they started performing after that group stage, and I don't think Raphinha has outperformed. Sorry, Dembele has outperformed Raphinha. If you want me to give you my top 3 Ballon d'Or based on these 3 players, I'll call Raphinha, I'll call Dembele, and I'll call Yamal. And this, I've given you the reasons. Raphinha has had a very good season. He has performed from the day one till now more than any other player on that top 3 that you can call. Because if you want to start judging it by goals or by whatever, since Ballon d'Or don become goals something now, we don leave other players wey dey ball don face goals more than only goals. If we are going to judge it based on these 3 people, na my list be this: Raphinha, Dembele, Yamal. I would have put Yamal second o. I go put Yamal second o, but make I remove am there. Just put am on that top, put Dembele there based on, of course, this na person wey no expect am to perform when he go PSG because of wetin he don suffer for Barcelona. So these three players wey dey so, like I said, Raphinha, Dembele, Yamal na my top 3. If na dem go come out for the Ballon d'Or top 3, na my top 3 be this. Based on these things wey I put here. I no dey like this whole talk of you play 2 months, shine 2 months, then carry you put there. Nobody was talking about Dembele until they beat Liverpool. Nobody was talking about Dembele until they beat Liverpool. They beat Liverpool, all of a sudden, Dembele for Ballon d'Or. Salah left the conversation. Salah has performed this. Salah sef suppose dey top 5. But because when they want to talk about, want to do all this, because see when they come out for Champions League. And we today, the Champions League is the criteria for winning Ballon d'Or. Tomorrow, another reason to give us. But that's by the way. I feel like there are players that has performed, and we should respect these players. Leave whatever trophy na team effort. Yes, we will also take into consideration wetin some players actually do to get to that finals and win the particular competition. But no long talk. These are my top 3. So, Chuki, give me, based on these 3 players wey dey, now these 3 players come out today. Wetin be your predictions on this, and then your thoughts on?
Well, I get your point in putting Raphinha above Yamal and Dembele, and I get why everybody is angry with why they are try to push Dembele and make him a kind of special superhero because of the Champions League, because they won the Champions League. But unfortunately, it's not their fault. It's the fault of the organizers of that competition. They've not really made it clear. Like one thing that they always look give this Ballon d'Or. How nobody even know. Like to be sincere with you, most football fans are confused. They don't know exactly how those winners are selected. So that's why since he won the Champions League, let us pick Dembele and leave Barcelona, Yamal. Maybe this Yamal beef might be part of the problem. But if you ask me, who this Champions League is really worth out of these 3 players, even if you didn't mention these 3 players, you see Raphinha. I think he's someone that I can say I won't be overstating any facts. I say they should just give him today that Ballon d'Or title today. But this is another thing, another plot twist now. We are in this Club World Cup here.
Yeah.
You know what happens whenever there are international competitions? Last year, most people were like, because of the Euros, they gave it to Rodri. This Club World Cup here now, Gianni Infantino, FIFA president, he might want to make this Club World Cup legitimate and make it more respectable
than even the World Champions League itself.
Than even Champions League. So out of these 3 players who perform in the Champions League and in Europe, or any other players who did well in their club side this season, and now come and do well in this UEFA Champions League.
Because Barcelona is not in the Club World Cup.
They're not even there. So
they are PSG.
Now PSG. So it's easy to usurp Barcelona.
Yeah.
It might just be what to happen. Like what happened when
Rodri.
Look at, I'm not even
Not
when
Pepe, when he performance at the World Cup.
because of performance at the World Cup. He
Right?
didn't win the World Cup, he came second, but they gave it to him. They might just be for what criteria now. And but I just feel Raphinha is someone that at least from start to finish, he was top part.
All right.
The thing is, before now, before the Ronaldo Messi era, you would you notice that the Ballon d'Or is not majorly focusing on who wins the Champions League.
Yes,
Let's take the fact. I mean, Zinedine Zidane won 3 Ballon d'Ors, and in those seasons that he won, I mean, he didn't
I
score.
think we should even go back to that era.
I'm, I'm coming.
Individual.
He didn't even score. I don't think he even scored up to 15 goals in any of those years he won the Ballon d'Or.
Kaka, like Kaka, I'm Kaka self.
Modric won the Ballon d'Or in 2018 with only 4 goals throughout the year. With only 4 goals. I think the Ronaldo Messi era, because of the amount of goals that they scored,
Change the situation.
Change
Change the
exactly,
trajectory.
it has changed almost everything. When you look at the performance of the quote unquote the top 3 Ballon d'Or contenders, when you talk of Raphinha, Dembélé, and Yamal, who has been the most consistent?
That was why I wanted to start bringing stats, but I was like, no.
I'm coming. Who has been the most consistent?
They are all very
Raphinha has been consistent from the beginning of the season till the season ended.
He has the most out of all of them, the most goals and assists.
Most goals and assists. PSG was struggling at one point till they qualified from the playoff, won Liverpool, and then from there on, Dembélé started scoring goals both in France and in the Champions League. Yamal was playing and then got injured, came back with goals and assists. Now, when you look at Yamal, he doesn't have the same number of goals compared to Raphinha and Dembélé, but you could see his influence in the game, which was a primary criteria. When you check the goals they've scored, the 3 of them, they have more goals compared to Yamal, but you also see the influence of Yamal in Barcelona games and in also the Spanish national team, which was the primary criteria when winning the Ballon d'Or before the Messi Ronaldo era.
Your influence.
Do you understand? So, okay, I understand that people want Dembélé because of what PSG has done, which is, I mean, unprecedented when it comes to French football, winning all the domestic titles and then going on to win the Champions League, which is in fact it's well deserved. It's well deserved. But when did Dembélé start performing?
The whole question was he consistent
Exactly.
from start to finish. That is even how
The only person that has been consistent throughout the season has been Raphinha. Probably
Yamal is more consistent than even Dembele was more consistent. Yamal has been. It's just that
then
he got injured at some point. And when he came back,
back.
the team felt his absence when he got injured. But
Back at Sheffield,
Dembele out of PSG. I'm not saying that PSG would not struggle a bit, but PSG still ball. There are many games he didn't play.